In this video, I will show you how to create Spark context in Python. Spark context is the main entry point for Spark functionality. A Spark context represents the connection to a Spark cluster and can be used to create RDDs, accumulators, and broadcast variables on that cluster. Let's import PySpark. From PySpark, import Spark context. From PySpark.sql, import Spark session. We are also going to create SQL context. So I'm going to import SQL context as well. From PySpark.sql, import SQL context. I'm going to show you how we can create a SQL context as well, so you can perform the SQL queries in PySpark. Let's execute our code. Now we are going to define this Spark configuration. So I'll make one variable conf, and from PySpark, I will call Spark configuration, Spark conf, and then I will call set master. In this, I will define my cluster, and this is going to be on local machine. So I will type local. Next, I am going to define the app name. I will write set app name, and here you can write any app name. For example, we are going to write my first Spark job. You can write anything in this app name. Next, we are going to define the other parameters. So I will type dot set all, and in this we will define the other parameters such as the executor memory, driver memory. So I'll make a list first, and inside this I will make tuples. The first tuple will be spark dot driver dot memory, and we will assign 40 GB here, 40 G. Next, I'll put a comma here, and then I'll make one more tuple, and in this I will define the executor memory. I will write spark dot executor dot memory, and this will have 50 GB, so I will write 50 G. So now I have defined the configuration here, and save this in the object conf. Let's execute our code. Now I'm going to create this Spark context. So I'll make one object sc, and now I will call this class Spark context, which we have imported here. So I will call Spark context, and in this I will pass our configuration. So I will write our parameter configuration is equal to configuration. Let's execute our code, and this will create this Spark context. And once this Spark context is created, you can perform any operations. So it has created this Spark context. We can also check. I will write sc, and here you will see we got the information about this Spark context. So we have this Spark UI. The version of Spark is 3.0.0, and master here it is local. You will see here we have defined that master as local because we are running this on the local machine. Then this is the app name, and here you will see I have defined app name as my first Spark job. You can write any name here, and if you want to look more, then you can just click on this Spark UI, and once you click here you will see the notification, and you will click here leave page. Once you click on this, you will come on this UI, and here you will see the user. So this is my name here, Amir S. Then the total uptime, this is saying that it has just started 47 seconds ago. Then scheduling mode FIFO. Then you can look at the other activities as well. So if you click here event time, so here you will see the event time here. Then here you have other options as well, such as the stages. If you click here on stages, you will see some information here. Then if you click on storage, Here also you will see some information. Actually my internet is slow, so it is not displaying. If you click here on environment, you will see the environment. So these are the location where my files are stored. For example, the Java home, it is saved at this location, C program files Java. And you will get a lot of information about your Spark. If you click here on executors, it will load. So here you will see the storage memory, RDD blocks, then cores, how many cores are there, active tasks. And here also you will see many information for executors. You have status, it is active in mode. So these are the informations that you can find on this Spark UI. And next I'm going to tell you how we can create this SQL context. So once we create the SQL context, we can perform any SQL queries on that. So now we are going to create the SQL context here. So I'll make one variable SQLC, and then I will call SQL context, and inside this I will pass our Spark context. Let's execute our code. So we have created the SQL context here. Now we can perform any SQL queries in Spark. This is how you can create the Spark context and you can start working on your Spark. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.